Welcome to First Gear. I'm your host, David Fedor. We're on the lot here at Smail Ford in Greensburg, PA. Gonna get to review a Ford today. Thing is, I'm not a salesman, so I don't know much more about cars than a regular person off the street. I'm gonna go in there, we're gonna take a look at some of the stuff that often gets overlooked, like the cup holders or the secret compartments. I love secret compartments. And then at the end, the salesman will come back. If we discover anything that we don't know about, that salesman will be able to correct us. So let's go see what they have for us today.
How you doing? Dave? John, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, John.
Pulled down the 2017 Fusion Sport. This is a brand new model for the Fusion line. It has the 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo EcoBoost. Great motor, brand new for this year. Also comes equipped with the heated and cooled seats with the Sony entertainment system. It's a nice car.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I can't wait to get in and take a look.
There you go.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, first let's take a look at the outside of the vehicle. You can obviously tell it's a very slick, cool looking black with the silver trim. I really dig the hood design. In the front we have the grille with the lights. We got fog lights at the bottom as well. All right, let's take a look at this mirror because we got lots of stuff going on here that you don't normally see. It has, you know, the turn signal built right into the mirror, but then also you have your regular mirror, and then you have this, which is like one of those magnifying mirrors to help you with your blind spot and your lane changing. And then this little figure here that looks like it's a heated mirror. So if there's ice and snow in the winter, it'll help you clean that off a little bit better. And then underneath here, there's an additional light, which will help you get in and out of your vehicle. Put your hand underneath here. You know, you're opening up your door. You can see how it's illuminating. I don't know if you can with how there's that extra light under there, which is really cool. Let's take a look at the back. We have the same way, same handles. We have the gas tank on the left side of the vehicle. And then coming to the back, you can see this one has a spoiler. I don't like spoilers on my TV shows, but I like them on my cars. We got the Ford Fusion Sport with the EcoBoost all-wheel drive and the exhaust down here. Looks pretty sweet. This thing could probably go. All right, let's take a look inside here now. Ooh, nice. Okay, we're gonna start on the door, work our way in. You can see the door controls here with the handle, the lock, unlock, and we got some preset things here. Oftentimes that's for the seat position and things. We'll get clarification on that. We have window controls, mirror controls, and then place for the cup holders and some storage on the door. That there's a spot right in the middle with the cup holder and has a little extra hold there, so when you put your cup into your door, it's not sliding around. So that's pretty neat. We have some light controls and the trunk release with the vent with a nice accent here. So then we're gonna come up here onto the steering wheel, and you can see it's nice leather, very soft, and you got the stitching as an accent here. Take a look inside. We got the airbag and the horn. It works. We got the finger and thumb controls here for cruise control, and we got for the phone, radio, and the volume. We got the lane changing wipers. Here's your tilt wheel controls here. And this has a nice material here as well. Looks a little sporty. Press on the brake now. I have the key fob in my pocket. I'm gonna turn this bad boy on, and my seat just moved. So whatever memory setting that was just on positioned my seat closer to the steering wheel.
Become a pop star in the coming years, but 12-year-old.
We're gonna turn that down. Right here on the screen in the middle of the dashboard showing right here on Route 30 in Greensburg, PA. Let's take a look at the bottom. You could plug in your information right here for your GPS unit, and you could also control your audio right here, cycle through different radio stations and your presets. You can make phone calls with your phone if you want to connect to you, or if you want to connect to Jason's phone, that's possible. So that's fun. Come down here, this one comes with, looks like a CD player here, and your air conditioning controls. Looks like both sides we have controls for each. But this whole console here is just really designed really cool. Have all this open space. I can stick my arm through here. USB connection down here, and it looks like the other port. You have the connections. A place where you could put your phone and things. It has this removable tray that comes out. So if you have some crumbs and you want to clean up. And then another section here. Again, another bottom that pulls out, so you could clean that off. And we have the cup holders here, and they could adjust to the different sizes. Nice soft bottom. And then also, before, when the car was off and it was just, let's see if we could turn it off now. Check it out. It's lighting up blue down there. So there's a light down there for your cup holder, which is just awesome. You can see, obviously, right next to it, we have the controls and the gear shifter. So it's not your typical grabbing a stick. Everything's electronic. So with the parking brake here, maybe some coins, something else here. And then let's try it out. Oh, before we go to the center console, which you know is my favorite part, let's take a look at these seats first. It's a combination of some leather and some fabric, like a microfiber suede or something like that, which is really nice. And then, as you can see on these controls, they're heated and cooled. So those seats are really, really sweet, and they're nice bucket seats as well. And then down on the side, you can see the controls of the seat look like they're electronic, forward and backwards, reclining, and then the lumbar support over there as well. So really neat seats. And now let's see what's in here. We have some nice stitching, nice soft padded armrest, and we're gonna open it up. Oh, nice big. We got another USB connector and another charger in here. So that's neat. Another pull out here so you can keep it clean and keep it nice. And then check this out, Brian. We found a secret compartment. When you pull up on it, there's two separate controls. So we have a secret compartment to keep some stuff, or we have the full. So one pulls like that, the other pulls like that. Neat. All right, so then if we take a look up here, we have on the visor your memory settings for your garage door opener. So if you don't have to worry about that big clippy thing, you can just program right in here. Coming over, we have Sunglass Holder. And this is a nice soft material in here, so it won't get your sunglasses or your glasses scratched. And the controls for the sunroof, and then the lights. All right, so let's take a look now at the passenger side. Has this nice accent across the front here, and the glove compartment looks like a lock in the glove compartment. Now let's open this thing up, take a look at oh, all right, that's awesome. It's got a shelf in here. Look at that. So I've never seen that. I've never seen a shelf in a glove compartment before. There's an extra netting on a little pocket here on the back, but that's pretty sweet. That is pretty cool. And then as we come back here, we can see the doors similar, and it's actually a sensor. Is that a camera? There's something right here on the door, on the side of the door. Brian, if you want to take a picture of it up there, looks like it's either a sensor or a camera of sorts, we're gonna have our salesman describe that a little to us to find out exactly what that is. And we're gonna come back in here and we could see similar seats to the ones up front with the fabric and the leather, and the backs of the seats are all leather. A nice pocket back here, some more ventilation, another charger, 12 volt connection there. And oh, hey, we got some lights down here as well. So you could see, and it's the same kind of blue that the bottom of the cup holder was. So that's pretty neat. And I'd like the ventilation for the back seat people, because you always got are you cold enough back there? You're hot enough back there? This, it can control better than trying to blast your front vents so that you're freezing cold, but the people in the back are sweaty. It helps with the overall environment for everybody. Let's see what's in here. Boom. Got an armrest and cup holders for the back seat as well. And we have a latch here on the corners, on the sides. So these fold down, yeah they do. So if you're pulling in, or not pulling, but if you're loading up any cargo or anything in your trunk, this back row seat folds down to give yourself some more room. So, and then the anchors for the child seats, the baby seats. And this is a deep back window with 3 big speakers right here as well. All right, so let's go take a look back here. And we have a little safety latch here. So when I was looking into the trunk from the back seat when the seats were down, I noticed that this was glowing. It's a glow-in-the-dark handle, so it looks to be an emergency release in case you close yourself in your trunk. But you can see it's a nice size trunk. Everything it's actually very soft. So if you were stuck in the trunk, at least you'd be somewhat comfortable. But yeah, everything's nice. And this one comes with a spare tire kept under here. And then, all right, so if we're inside here and we're folding these seats down, I want to see how much room that we have from the back of these seats to the front of the trunk. So I'm 6'3". If I crawled in here, my head is right up against the back of these seats right here. And my feet are touching right where the trunk door closes. So it means you have at least 6'3" of space. So if you were hauling me, there's enough room to store me. All right, let's take this thing for a test drive. All right, so I have my key fob in my hand, foot on the brake, gonna push engine, start, stop. Yeah, that's pretty easy. And I'm gonna test out my air conditioning seat. I'm gonna hit AC on that just to see what happens. Ooh, and I could actually feel it. I could feel it breathing on my back a little bit. Wow. So we're gonna put this into reverse and our backup camera comes on so we could see, it says check your surroundings for safety. You wanna make sure that we're looking in our mirrors as well. Can you hear those beeps? As we're getting closer, it's beeping faster. It went from green to yellow. We're gonna back up a little bit more. It's telling us we're getting really close. So we're gonna put it in a drive, go forward a little bit, put it in reverse again, and we're gonna adjust. And you can see as we're turning, the lines are showing us where we're gonna be going because of the way our wheels are pointing. It's letting us know we're really close. And it's beeping at me, but I'm looking at my mirrors as well, and I could see that we're not gonna hit anything. So now that we're back far enough, we could go and go forward and get on this test drive. And now sitting here looking out at the mirror, you can definitely tell it helps see that entire left or right side. It's on both sides of the car, which is really neat as well. All right, we're gonna make a right-hand turn here on the highway. Try not to hit this guy. This thing definitely has some pickup to it, some get up and go. That V6 engine, it's definitely responsive. And the way I adjusted my seat, I'm sitting down a little bit lower, so it definitely has a sporty, fun drive to it. Very fun feel. And this is a Fusion with the EcoBoost, right? So even with the EcoBoost, this still has some power. I gotta be careful because this thing is fun to drive. Let's take a look at this rear view mirror. There's a wire coming out of it, so. Hi, Brian. So this might be one of those mirrors with the auto dimming of the brightness in the back. So when you're driving at night, it helps you with your eyesight so that the lights aren't as sensitive. So instead of like the older cars have that little nubbin at the bottom and you flick it forward and it pops it up, this does that for you, so you don't have to adjust it at all. We're gonna open up this sunroof. So it's one button, opens right up. Woo! So that brings a little bit of the outside in here. It's not too loud. It is a very quiet car. It wasn't even until we opened this sunroof up that I even heard the outside. And then just with one button again, closes right back up. But anyway, we have our daytime running lights on right now. They have that little, they look like little triangles. Or a little corner. It's pretty neat. And then if we wanted to turn on our regular lights. All right, so let's put this thing in sport mode. And I'm just gonna push the button right in the center. And you could feel it kick on. It gives you that little jolt.
What'd you think?
Oh man, awesome car. Thank you very much for allowing me to drive and review that. I just have a couple questions before I hand over the keys.
Definitely.
Okay, so first thing, on the door here we have the settings. This is for the seat settings, right?
Correct. Yeah, you have two settings, 1 and 2, which can be programmed to the key. So if you are number 1, every time you get in your car, it will go to exactly your setting. Now, if your wife has key number 2 and she likes to sit a little bit closer to the wheel, it will go to her setting. That way it's nice because it's programmed to each individual key.
And it'll automatically recognize which key.
Correct.
Wow, that's really cool. And then over here on the other side of the door is this little, I don't know if that's a sensor or a camera. What is this?
What that is whenever you lock the vehicle, you see a little red light blinking. That means that your security alarm is activated. So if someone would try and pry your door open, break a window, it will alert the vehicle and it will give the security sound.
Last thing would be the manual key fob. So I know if you slide this out, it pops out and has the key. But where actually do you put the key?
What you do is reach your finger up underneath the handle here. You feel a little rectangle slot. This is where you actually put the key in, and you can pop this lid off, which will gain access to opening the door manually. You also have a security pin keypad here, which we give you a card whenever you take purchase of the vehicle. You can also go ahead and change that to a family pin later on down the road, anytime.
All right, well, thank you very much again, John. Appreciate you letting me take out this Ford Fusion for a test drive and a review. If you have any questions about the Ford Fusion or anything else, leave them in the comments or check out smailford.com. If you want to see me drive or review another vehicle, leave it in the comments too. This has been First Gear. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Definitely. Thank you. If anyone wants to test drive, come down and see me, and love to take them out for a spin.
As for this guy.